Hey guys, I am back with another movie review, and today we're going to be reviewing Godzilla Raids Again, also known as Gigantis, the fire monster. If you haven't seen my Godzilla 1954 review, I highly suggest watching it first before you watch this one. And I appreciate if you share this video and then like, comment, and subscribe as well, because I'm gonna do more movie reviews and I hope I can finish all the Godzilla movies before this year ends. Before I start, thanks for all the support on my Godzilla 1954 review. I really appreciate all the comments and the likes and the comments and so on. So anyways, let's start. In 1954, Toho made Godzilla, also known as Gojira. In 1956, the movie was re-edited and English dubbed and filmed new scenes with English actors, titled Godzilla King of the Monsters. However, in 1955, Toho made a sequel to the first movie. So today I'll be reviewing Gigantis the Fire Monster. Oh, sorry, I meant Godzilla Raids Again. Most of the Showa movies have different title changes, I don't know why. Maybe someone can tell me in the comments. So anyways, let's begin. The movie starts off with the Toho logo, and then fades to black, as we see the title card of this movie. As the credits rolls, we hear Godzilla and Anguirus roaring. After the credits, we're introduced to our main protagonist, a pilot named Tsurugi Tsukiyuka, played by Hiroshi Koizumi, an actor who appears in quite a lot of Godzilla movies later on, but we'll see him eventually when we get to those movies. Flying over the ocean on his plane, he spots a school of fish and radios to report his findings to a ship. And then we see another protagonist of this movie, another pilot named Koji Kobayashi, played by Minoru Chiaki. The plane's engine begins to malfunction, which means he has to do an emergency landing. Tsukiyuka was alerted about the emergency and flies to his location near an island. There, he finds him and talks with Kobayashi for a bit, and then they see the monster itself. Gigantis. Oh, not again. They see both Godzilla and another monster with spikes on its back. They both hide from the monsters as they fight, even biting at each other. And then they end up falling into the ocean. Tsukiyuka and Kobayashi return to Osaka to report on the giant monsters that they saw. Tsukiyuka recognizes one of them as Godzilla, but doesn't know the other one, and that's when they discover that the second monster is part of the Ankylosaurus family, named Anguirus. We then see a returning character from the first movie, Kiyohei Yamane, played by Takashi Shimura. Yamane tells them that there is nothing that can kill Godzilla, and then shows them reused footage of Godzilla 1954. He does mention that the oxygen destroyer is what killed Godzilla. However, Dr. Zarazawa never revealed how he built it and burned the notes, and he died, along with Godzilla. They plan to lure Godzilla away from Osaka with flares, since Godzilla is actively sensitive to light, as well as blacking out the entire city so that Godzilla couldn't see buildings. The military is trying to find Godzilla and Anguirus' location. Two pilots reported on their current location, so they made some guesses and predictions on where they could be going next. An evacuation order has been sent out for southern Shikioku. That night, people in Osaka and Kobe were relieved that Godzilla changed course. A group of people at a party were dancing, singing, as well as playing music, until the speakers play a really loud alert. Man, my younger self would have been terrified by that sound. Since I used to have a fear of emergency alert systems being broadcasted on television, the alert says the Godzilla task force thought Godzilla was expecting to come ashore in Shikioku, but then suddenly changed course to Osaka Bay. People began to panic and ran for the exit. And the way this scene was played out was terrifying. Just imagine you're having the most wonderful time of your life and then suddenly being interrupted by an alert informing you about a disaster that's soon to happen. That is my biggest fear of all time, man. Anyways, the city was sent to a blackout, turning off all the lights in the buildings and the roads. The military sends their vehicles, and once again, the way the scene was played out was kinda scary. The fact that there's no music besides hearing the roars of airplanes flying by, as well as the mass sound of tanks. Not to mention, it was dark out there. The army sees Godzilla from the ocean, so they prepare themselves when Godzilla comes to shore, and the military planes fly by and release flares, which seems to work. Kobayashi tells Tsukiyoka that Hidemi's father went to a cannery, so they both head to the cannery while they drop off Hidemi at home. Mr. Yamaji is informed that Godzilla has been let out of the sea. They were all happy about it, thinking Osaka escaped destruction. However, that is about to change, as a group of prisoners managed to take down the security guards and escape. While they were pursued by cops, some of them were caught, but 3 of them stole a fuel truck, and they were being chased by our main protagonist as well as the cops. The prisoners end up crashing the truck into a finery, which causes a huge explosion and attracts Godzilla, and it comes back to Osaka shore. The military then attacks Godzilla, but once again doesn't do shit to Godzilla at all. Anguirus soon appears and they both fight, causing a lot of damage in the city as well as destroying the Osaka castle. The prisoners were running away from Godzilla and Anguirus now, and when the train station gets flooded with water, the prisoners get covered in water, and that's the last time we ever see of them. I guess they died? I don't know. Godzilla bites on Anguirus' neck, and then throws him off, and then killing him with a nuclear breath, and ending the poor monster's life. Osaka is now on fire, just like what happened in Tokyo in the first movie. After that, we see our main protagonists go back to their work, which is in ruins. Kobayashi's boss tells him he'll be going to Hokkaido Island, and his daughter will stay in Osaka to clean up. There on Hokkaido Island, some time has passed, and Kobayashi has been working by himself, doing his usual flying business, as well as helping boats. Kobayashi was flying until Hidemi Yamaji called him and told him that they were waiting for him at a party. That night, they were all having a party, eating, drinking until they were informed that a ship sank, and they believed that Godzilla was responsible for it. And here we are in the final scene, taking place on Kamakyo Island. And here, the military engage Godzilla until Kobayashi, for some reason, flies his plane towards Godzilla, and Godzilla hits him with his nuclear breath, killing him. And honestly, this scene was really sad because he was gonna propose his love interest, and of course Kobayashi's death was reported to Hidemi's father. The military found out that shooting at the icy mountains caused an avalanche, and so they used that to freeze Godzilla, preventing him from moving and keep blasting at the icy mountains. And as soon as Godzilla is buried in ice, they keep shooting again to prevent him from moving or rising from the ice again. And it was a success. Godzilla was frozen, unable to move or leave the island. And then the movie ends. So, what are my thoughts on Godzilla Raids Again? Overall, I enjoyed this movie, however, it's not as good as the first movie. Of course, the first movie had some scary and dark themes to them. I will give the second movie this. It had some scary elements, such as the alert sound, as well as hearing the roars of the airplanes flying over a dark city. And the human characters in this movie, honestly, they're quite forgettable. The only ones that I, recognize or say that they're important is just the 2 pilots, as well as Kobayashi's love interest, because he was gonna propose to her, but he died. Kobayashi's death really just shocked me because I wasn't really expecting that, to be honest. When it comes to the American version, oh my goodness, there's so much narrations over it, as well as explaining what the heck is going on, and there's a lot of new footage in Gigantis, a fire monster, but most of it was just stock footage of basically showing the entire world's reaction to Godzilla's return. I think this is gonna be the last time I'm gonna mention the American version because I'm not gonna watch any more English dubbed Godzilla movies. The rest of the movies I'm gonna watch them in Japanese only. Besides Godzilla 1985, because that one has Raymond Burr. So anyways guys, I will give Godzilla Raids Again 8 out of 10. Gigantis, a fire monster, however, 5 out of 10, I guess. Anyways, guys, that's basically it for this video. I hope you guys like this review, and let me know in the comments what you think about Godzilla Raids Again or Gigantis, a fire monster. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys have a nice day, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.